No Dumb Questions with Shaz. Today's question is, why do I feel like I don't fit in anymore? I have so many women coming through midlife or perimenopause, menopause, or just the later stages of life, around 40 to 50 years old, come and ask me, why don't I feel like I fit in anymore? I don't feel like I fit in with my family, with my friends, with my work, with my colleagues, with anyone. And simply that happens because you start to learn who you really are. I'd love to say that everyone finds out who they are in their teenage years and they step into their true identity back then, but unfortunately, it's not true. We take on a persona, an identity, and we become what we're molded to be, what people tell us we need to be. We step into careers that we're sort of shaped into rather than following the passion and the true love of self and our true desires. We don't feel powerful enough to rise up and say, this is what I'm going to be and nobody's going to stop me. Yes, there are plenty of people out there that do, but a lot of people don't. Then you get to around 40, and this is why they call it a midlife crisis, because things go out the window and we change a lot of things, or perimenopause comes in. And there's a lot of women out there blaming it on hormones. Hormones are a small factor. The worse your perimenopause or menopause hormones are, the worse your emotions bogged down are, the traumas that you're hiding from, the self that you're not facing. If you step into your power, rediscover your identity and become who you're meant to be, all those symptoms disappear. The reason you feel like you don't fit in is because the mold of what you become, the people pleaser, the mum that runs out of everyone, the person that puts everyone else first, stops existing. And you start becoming what they deem selfish. It is never selfish to love yourself. You are number one. You are the only person you have to look after in your life. Even as a mother, you are not responsible for your children. Yes, you are there to raise and guide them, but you're not responsible for them. They become autonomous. That is the cycle of life. It is the way it works. You have to take care of you, and if you don't, you will explode, you will implode, and your body will break down. You no longer fit because that passion, that desire, that little girl inside, or that younger version of you starts to rise up, wants to stand out, and turns around and says, I want more than this existence. I want to become what I always wanted to become. And you no longer tolerate bullshit, disrespect, put downs. You're not a people pleaser. If you don't want to do something, you find your voice. Ironically, the throat chakra and the voice doesn't actually come into play until 35 to 42. This is where most of us finally learn to say no. And that's why you don't feel right anymore. Because we led from places where our voice was not important, where our opinion didn't matter. Now, unless you awaken early on and you step into your full power and rise up through your chakras at a faster rate and have that true belief of who you are, a lot of you, when you step up to 35 and find that voice, the whole world implodes around you. Because how dare you say no? How dare you decide that you're worth more than anybody else? Now, you know you are, right? Every single one of us is the most important person in our world. Because if you don't take care of you, no other fucker's going to. You feel different or like you don't fit in because you stop being everything for them. And unfortunately, many of them don't like it. They're going to leave. They're going to blame you. They're going to criticize you. They're going to throw all their shit at you because they don't take responsibility about themselves. As you find your voice, your power, your love, your respect, the inner worth, you demand better. And either they rise up and give it to you like you deserve it, or unfortunately, they will fall away. And quite frankly, that's okay. I hope this episode of No Dumb Questions with Shaz was helpful. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, and I look forward to the next episode.